Yo, what's up guys, it's Talon. Today I'm going to be talking about how to push your lane leads in Wild Rift, and I've definitely made similar videos in the past talking about this topic, but I'm just going to continue to, reiterate some points I've made in the past and also add on some new things. And so the first important thing to understand about pushing lane leads is it doesn't always have to come from you necessarily getting a straight up kill. You can have a health lead, you can get an earlier recall, stuff like this. So you're going to see in this situation, for example, I'm going to trade with her when I can, and then I'm going to push the lane to make sure that I can then recall for my item because I have my boots. I have a good power spike. After that, you're going to see that once again, I'm going to trade now with my jungler. So that's another thing. Trading when your jungler is nearby is going to allow you to push that lead a lot further. So when you're in a lead, you know you're going to be winning those trades. Make those trades make sense. So for example, here, Gwen has to use her ultimate and ignite and still loses the trade. And now I have my Vi here. And so even if it doesn't necessarily lead to anything initially, you're going to see now, well, my Vi is making a play on to the Viego, and since I'm higher health and the Gwen has used her ultimate and ignite already and didn't win the trade on me, I'm able to get a kill because I'm trading when my jungler's there and I got Gwen's abilities and spells out earlier on in the fight, and then I end up getting a double kill here. So again, the importance, one, of making sure you recall when you have those good item spikes in lane, just like I did, which then allows you to be stronger for these fights, and then make sure you trade around jungle pathing. This is a thing I talk a lot about, but I want to reiterate it in as many videos as possible because it's immensely important for pushing leads like this. Okay, so if you guys are going to take anything from this video, I want you to really focus on what I'm about to say here. And that's, sometimes it's okay to die in certain scenarios, or at least put yourself in a riskier position when you have a lead, rather than letting the wave stack on you. So in this situation, you're going to see I'm going to take the Scorpion, and I'm going to push this wave really quickly. And the reason is because my jungler is not nearby, and so I'm going to want the wave pushed more quickly. And if I can make a trade on her like I do here, obviously I'm going to do that. And so then their jungler comes here, and I end up dying. And you're going to see I do trade 1-for-1. But when you're ahead and you have a big lead, sometimes you're going to get targeted, and you're not going to be able to avoid ganks and whatever. And what a lot of people will do is, when their jungler is not on their side of the map, and again, it's important to trade more heavily when your jungler is on your side of the map, but when their jungler is not there, they're going to play really scared, really safe, and they're not going to push the wave. And what this ends up doing when you have a big lead like this, you'll get the wave crashed on you. The enemy will build a big wave up, and then they'll dive you under your turret, and then not only do you die to this gank anyways, but you'll also lose all of those minions. And so when I keep this lane pushed like that, as long as I'm making sure that I do push it quickly, you don't want to spend a lot of time, pushing the wave when you're in a situation where the enemy jungler is probably on your side of the map and your jungler is not. You want to make sure that you're pushing that wave quickly, but you don't always have to keep, have the wave stay on your side of the map, stay under your turret and whatever, because that allows them to stack and dive you. So it's important to still keep that wave pushed when you can, when you have a big lead, as long as you're able to get it to crash quickly. Again, then I can't get dove and lose, minions and whatever. The only thing I'm going to lose is my life, but I come back to the lane fine. So I was even able to rotate mid there and get another kill. Basically, don't let the enemy stack a wave on you, even if your jungler is not there, because then you're going to lose way more than if you were to just die randomly, just a one death where you only lose 300 gold, that's all you lose. Okay, so there's kind of two types of games with a lead. There's a game where you have a lead and your teammates are even or slightly behind, and then there's a game where you have a lead and your team is a lead. And when only you have a lead, you have to really think about spreading this lead across the map, making this, really impactful onto as many people as possible, making sure you're involved in fights, you're involved in the game, you're making a lot of things happen. You have to be more proactive, looking for as many plays as possible, such as here where I decided to rotate because my team's not doing the best without me, so I kind of have to go and make a play like this, for example, because if I'm not in that fight, this is just a lost fight. But if I'm in there, all of a sudden, because I'm so far ahead, I can get a triple kill, I can pop off in a fight like that. Now, say that my teammates were doing really well already anyways, then if the Gwen, stayed in side lane, I would just keep fighting the Gwen inside because my team's most likely going to win because they've been winning the fights, prior to that and everything. So that's kind of a big distinction here. So again, you saw my teammates, they're doing fine, but they're not doing great. I'm really the one with the major lead. And so I need to definitely find an opportunity to rotate if I can there. So I end up matching the Gwen on the rotation, causing a big impact in that fight, getting a bigger lead. Okay, so another extremely important thing when you get an early lead is to understand turret plates. Like, this is what really matters. So say you get a lead, it doesn't have to be on top lane, I'm just using kind of my Jace gameplays as examples because this is a champ I often do this on. But this can be in bot lane, for example. Say that you're ADC, you take the first turret, whatever. You're the mid laner, you take first turret, you get a lot of plates, whatever. Start going around the map and finding plates elsewhere. You see, I go here, I go mid, I go for more plates. I don't go back to my bot lane, even though I could go bot lane. I'm probably not going to be able to get plates the same way where I saw an opportunity to get a ton of plates in mid lane. And then I'm going to go bot lane after that and then look for more gold. So basically, when you get that lead, you need to be looking to take advantage of as many plates as possible because at 7 minutes and 30 seconds, the plates go away. And so you need to make sure that you get as many plates, you know, before they fall as possible. Sometimes even being greedy and taking risky deaths. For example, like oftentimes you'll see me push a wave. I have the wave under the turret and I don't really know where everyone is, but I'm still going to be like, okay, I need to try to get plates out of this. So again, even here, I'm trying to squeeze a plate, even though I don't necessarily know where Viego is. I'm still thinking, well, if Viego shows up, oh well, you know, not the end of the world. But if he doesn't show up, then I get a free plate like that. And then I'm going to take a recall because you see I have my item here, and then I'm going to go right back and now push that lead, and now these plates are gone, which is another reason why I'm recalling there, because, you know, there's no longer plates to play for. So basically, understand the importance of plates and understand the importance of, even if you're on, say, again, top lane or you're in bot lane, you can rotate to other sides of the map if you already take that turret and you need to get plates elsewhere, especially when you're really far ahead like this. Okay, and then another important thing to mention, which I do mention in other videos, is when you have a lead, that's when you can start building more defensively. So here on 4th item, normally I'm going to go some type of damaging item on Jace, oftentimes, like Black Cleaver is going to be the most common one. But in this scenario, I'm thinking to myself, I'm really fed, I'm the carry, who can kill me in this game? If a Lux roots me, that's probably the most dangerous possible thing. Gwen's got good magic damage, right? Galio. And so, especially really that Lux, though, is the reason that I'm building Mob Malmortius 4th item, because this magic resistance is going to allow me to carry a lot harder, because again, when you have that lead, you're already going to have such high damage that building a bit of defensive items is usually going to be optimal, because then you're going to survive better, you're not going to, you know, have a possible throw, and you're already dealing so much damage that you're pretty much going to one-shot anyone anyways. And again, I mean, obviously, I'm not always just building a pure defensive item. Like, Moss still gives damage, right? It's a damaging item, but it's also a defensive item. Whereas if I build Black Cleaver, all that gives is a little bit of HP. It might give me more damage, but again, I'm going to prioritize that defensive building once I get a lead like this. Okay, guys, and then this is going to be a bit of a longer sequence that is extremely important in my opinion. And so we're going to start off with getting a pick on Dragon, and then I'm going to get low health here because I make a stupid flash, and I'm going to recall and get my item. I'm not going to overforce when I have a lead and try to, you know, make risky plays where if I die, I pretty much lose the game. Because if I die here, they get Baron, we lose the game, my team pretty much throws. And I see Gwen's here, and so I'm going to prioritize going for the Gwen first because I don't want her pretty much taking my inhib if I rotate. And so having this patience when you're ahead and playing team fights more in like a more passive way and letting the fight come to you, rather than trying to overforce things, making these riskier plays is usually going to be a lot more effective. Your life becomes immensely valuable when you have a lead, and if you die once, you pretty much lose the game. And so if your teammates make dumb throws and are doing dumb things, well, you can't make overly risky plays. Instead, what you need to do is understand what's the enemy's next move after my team made this mistake and fought without me. And, you know, I'm obviously going to try if I can here because Viego ends up kind of going pretty aggro to see if I can get a pick on him, and I'm almost able to, but I'm not quite. And then now, okay, again, their next move is going to be Baron. That's how they're going to end the game. And so I'm going to try to prioritize zoning them off Baron in whatever way I can. But even then, I'm not going to overforce. Again, obviously in this situation, I'm a poke champion. I'm going to keep poking them off of it, right? If you were a fed tankier champion or assassin, you might be able to find a pick on someone. For example, if you're, say, you're a fed Zed here, you might be really looking to assassinate that jungler or just assassinate someone so that they don't have as much power on that Baron. But again, you're going to see here, I'm not going to overforce. I'm not going to be impatient, try to be a hero. I don't have smite. My Diana ends up trying to be a hero and goes in and kills herself here. That's not what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to survive so that I can possibly defend this. And again, we're still behind, but I'm so strong in this game that even if the enemy make one mistake, I'm still able to one-shot them. And so having that patience is extremely important. And then we're going to see in this fight here, they're going to end up making a mistake and overforcing. And so having that patience is really what led to me even having a chance at winning this game, and it's going to lead to us kind of ending up winning this game. So again, the Elder is coming up in 30 seconds, and so I know if they int here, they make a dumb play here, then we're going to end up winning in the game. And they make the throw here. But again, they're overforcing for me. As the fed member of the team, they're often going to do this, and then, okay, they go in, they kill me, good for them. The rest of them all died, and now we get the Elder Dragon. We use this Elder Dragon to then end the game a little bit later on. You know, it leads to some more random things happening. Well, you'll see here in the end, we kind of win. And so that's going to be the main thing that I wanted to focus on for this video, is just how to play with the lead, how to kind of push that lead, and then how to play throughout the game when you have that lead. Some of the main points, again, early on, maintaining that lane priority and using, you know, the trading around your jungler, but even when your jungler is not there, still making sure the lane's pushed so that the enemy can't over punish you by crashing a wave and, you know, taking that whole lead from you, because then they'll get turret plates, all stuff like that. And again, playing a bit safer, building a bit safer, these types of things. Once you get that lead, making sure you're spreading that lead and playing for turret plates. Those are going to be all of the most important things for playing with the lead in snowballing games like you saw in this one here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, as a rank 5 sovereign autofill player, I do coaching. So if you're interested in that, DM me on Discord. It's just $15 for an hour of coaching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.